In your opinion, why the negative aspects of Disney Star Wars often overshadow the positive ones in the public perception? Because there shouldn't be so much negativity. There shouldn't be so much negative stuff. They're making polarizing choices. They're making bad choices. It's not run very well. And so that's not, something bad isn't the exception. That's the expectation. And when you expect something to be disappointing and bad that you love and cherish, that's a problem. Kathleen Kennedy is not very good at running Lucasfilm. Once again, was the Peter principle? We talked about it earlier in this live stream, to where there's this tendency in work environments where you keep promoting someone because they're doing a good job until you promote them to something they're not actually good at, that they're not qualified for, that doesn't match their actual skill set. Because promotions come with new responsibilities. Because you're good at this thing doesn't mean you're good at this thing. Classic example of it, the TV show The Office. Michael Scott is repeatedly said to be a fantastic salesman, so he's promoted to being the office manager, where he's an incompetent fool and his insecurities make him do all sorts of wildly irresponsible things that would get him fired from any work environment in the year 2023. And even when you rewatch episodes now, it's like, wow, I can't believe they made a joke like that. Kathleen Kennedy is a legendary producer. For 3 decades, she was a legendary producer, Hall of Fame best producer. You have her produce a movie for Lucas, for Spielberg, these top directors, and they will say she's the best at what she does. But being a producer for Spielberg is not the same thing as being the visionary leader of Lucasfilm, being the shepherd of Star Wars. They're not the same skill set. And so when you kind of apply the producer role, checklist, get the job done, that the same mentality that is great for being a producer, to make that guy's vision take place, to make her vision take place, what do I need to do? That is not the same job, the same role as I need to have the vision for what we're trying to do here. And the most basic, obvious example of this is the number of people that have been hired and announced to do projects, and then it kind of fell apart, where it was a troubled production, where the movie never even happened. To the point that many of us have said, we don't get excited when they announce a new Star Wars movie with a new director because we don't think it's going to happen. We don't trust a movie being announced by Lucasfilm. I remember being in my office when I learned that George Lucas had sold Disney, or sold Star Wars to Disney, Lucasfilm to Disney. I remember George Lucas. I remember that, like, I wanted through the halls of the office of the church I worked at. Tell it, well, we're getting more Star Wars movies. It was a big deal. It was huge. And then the J.J. Abrams, the guy that was doing Star Trek's now going to do Star Wars. It's a huge deal. And now it means nothing because you don't believe it anymore. She's done a terrible job. That doesn't in any way take away what she did before. This current job does not match her skill sets. She's not the right person for the job. Therefore, the fact that, yeah, I had a great time in 2015 when I saw The Force Awakens. Yeah, seasons 1 and 2 of The Mandalorian were really good. But I think also their batting average is not very good of their movies. So why do the negatives overshadow the positives? Because there's more negatives than positives. There's a lot of things that are disappointing to a lot of people. So the fact that I liked 2 seasons of The Mandalorian and Andor, but then they brought Ewan McGregor back, and I went, this is making mistakes it shouldn't be making. Like, what is this chase scene with Leia? What is this costume in a hangar? How is this in Star Wars? This is not, like, there's no excuses for how bad this is. That's the problem.
Most of these clips are pulled from my weekly Patreon live stream. Join at any level and you can join the chat and ask all the questions you want. That's for as little as $2 per month. For $5 per month, you can get your name on my end card. For $25 per month, you can have a monthly video chat with me. Link is in the description for more details, and keep talking movies and TV too much.